This podcast is brought to you by Most Valuable Podcasts, saving your day from boredom with the best podcasting entertainment.
What's up, everybody? Ricky Widmer here, along with fellow man-child Johnny Karlic.
Wub-a-dub-dub.
And we are back for the Rick and Johnny podcast right here on Most Valuable Podcasts. This is your one-stop shop for superhero, nerdy talk. We're going to talk Game of Thrones. We're going to talk comic books. We're going to talk a little bit of everything.
Did we say Vidgy Games?
Vidgy Games, thank you for Vidgy Games. That's why we got the Diva hat up there. But if you're new, thank you for coming in. If you're returning, thank you for coming back. If you are coming back, you know what I do at this point. A little bit of housekeeping or house cleaning, however you want to see it. First off, if you love what we're doing here, want to support us, want to help keep the lights on here at MVP, check out patreon.com/Most Valuable Podcast. Johnny, as this podcast is dropping January 1st, Happy New Year to everybody here in 2018. We got a new patron. We got to say thank you to Matthew for joining us at the $10 tier. He's going to be on a podcast in January. You've got Christian, you've got Jake, you've got Patrick. All are going to be on podcasts. You guys can be the same by joining the $10 tier. That link down below in the description. Also, if you're on iTunes, you're listening to us on iTunes, you have an iTunes account, please go to iTunes and give the Rick and Johnny podcast a 5-star rating. And if you could do the same for the Onside Kick, the Primetime Podcast, and the Fast Break, it would really help us a lot, and it would mean the world to both Johnny and I. And then finally, we're selling MVP t-shirts. You want to get your own. Directions are down below in the description. It's very easy, and you can get yourself a Most Valuable Podcast t-shirt. But Johnny, it's a very special day here.
Yes, it is.
At MVP, or for the Rick and Johnny podcast. As you guys can see, we have some awards. We have 3 awards that we are giving out today. And this second one, I don't know if it's really an award. I don't know if it was my movie, I wouldn't want to receive it.
I wouldn't either.
Let's just say that I wouldn't want to receive the second award.
Yeah, probably not.
But go ahead. What were you gonna say?
No, I was gonna say we might want to make this one because of you and I were talking about certain something.
The face is weird.
Yes,
the face looks demonic.
I'd say this and this would be the nice awards, and this not so much.
Yeah, but the actual award, I'd want to win this first one. And
that's true. That's true, definitely.
If you're sitting there at home going, guys, what the hell are you talking about? Get to the point. What we are doing today is, if you guys have listened to the Rick and Johnny podcast, or if you're new, we do movie reviews throughout the year. We've seen movies like Logan, like Wonder Woman, like Spider-Man, like Justice League, like Star Wars. And what we decided to do, since this is going to come out first of the year, January 1st, we're going to do our award show for the movies we've seen this year. So the thing is, I'm not going to put the list up there for you guys, but the playlist should have went above Johnny's head. If you want to see the movies that we've reviewed, those are the movies that are in the running for these 3 awards. So any movie that we've reviewed on the Rick and Johnny podcast is fair game. We're going to give out 3 awards. First, we're going to give out our show stealer, or basically our MVP of the year. Then we're going to give out the worst movie of 2017.
That's right. You can earn a worst movie with us.
Yeah, the worst movie that we have seen this year. And then we're going to cap everything off with the best movie of 2017. And like I said, that second award, I don't know if I want to win it.
I wouldn't.
But like you said, the face on this thing is kind of real creepy. And you know what? I'm going to take a picture of it and put it on Twitter. So if you're listening and watching this, you can see the face that Johnny and I are talking about. But you think we should get right into it? Do we need anything? Did I go through all the due diligence of
it's just gonna be
everything?
I mean, we went over that. It's movies that we've seen this year. It's not any like other ones. Not every movie. It's what we've seen this year. Like you put, don't throw it above
I didn't do
again.
it. I did it once.
Okay,
I did it once.
You'll see. You can check out all of our.
No, I didn't do it.
All of our
it's
reviews.
only when I snap. It's only
yes, exactly. You can check out all of our reviews and you can see what movies we've done. So
let's get right into it.
Yes.
And we are going to start with our show stealer of the year. And the nominees are
Hugh Jackman, Logan; Gal Gadot, Wonder Woman; Michael Keaton, Spider-Man: Homecoming and American Assassin. Tom Cruise, American Made. Bill Skarsgård, It.
Well, Johnny, those are the nominees. We've got a group of 5 actors and actresses.
Yes.
Do you think we should just give it away? You want to hit me with a drum roll? The Show Stealer of the Year. Michael Keaton, Spider-Man: Homecoming, and American Assassin. And this one, to me, I came into it, and I had a feeling, like, in my head, I'm like, I know who I want to give it to.
Yes.
I know who Johnny wants to give it to, but can I talk Johnny into coming over to my side of the table?
Was it really hard to?
Well, it wasn't hard, but I knew what was coming into it.
Yes.
I knew that you wanted to give it to Hugh Jackman. I wanted to give it to Michael Keaton. It was, could I sway you over enough to give it to Michael Keaton? And we did, as Michael
Didn't take
Keaton's
much
our
because of
Show Stealer of the Year.
logic, so.
Well, the logic being that letting you guys in, and this is what I want to ask you. This is
Yes.
my little kind of thought about this award.
Yeah.
Did Michael Keaton have an unfair advantage? Because Spider-Man: Homecoming, well, first off, I should have said how we got to this is if the only people that apply to this award are if they are a show stealer.
Yes.
If they were named a show stealer on a review. Hugh Jackman, Gal Gadot, Tom Cruise, Bill Skarsgård, all unanimous.
Mm-hmm.
Unanimous show stealers. That means in the review, both you and I said that's a show stealer. Michael Keaton on American Assassin was a unanimous show stealer. However, Spider-Man: Homecoming, I gave it to Keaton. You gave it to Tom Holland. So is it an unfair advantage for Michael Keaton that he won the show stealer because we saw him twice this year?
I'm going to say no, because we did. I mean, we also had the opportunity. Well, we didn't. We talked about seeing
The Greatest
Showman, and we didn't have the chance to. Now, I mean, there's still the chance he wouldn't have gotten it in there because there are other actors and actresses in there.
True.
Just because Hugh Jackman's in it doesn't mean he's going to get the show stealer.
That would have been also our second look at Zendaya, too. She
Yes,
was in Spider-Man:
exactly.
Homecoming, didn't win a show stealer, but what if she won a show
It would have
stealer
put her in. It would have maybe put her in the running. It also would have been. It also would have been part of how high the score was, because part of what went into this show stealer of the year is how high your movie scored altogether.
True.
And these are at least 5, if not close to.
Yeah, the only one that, because I'm going to let you guys in behind the curtain, is Logan, Wonder Woman. They scored the best out of the show stealers that we have here. Spider-Man: Homecoming. Well, Spider-Man: Homecoming's in that group too. It was American Assassin, American Made, and It that were below that.
Yeah.
And I mean, for Michael Keaton, I just think that whether we saw him twice, if it was just Spider-Man alone, I still would have fought for him to be show stealer of the year. Like, his performances in the movies that we saw him in this year, phenomenal.
Yes.
Phenomenal. And it is great to be able to give the show stealer, well, the show stealer award, first I should say, this is our show stealer award. Michael Keaton couldn't be here today, so Johnny, you are going to accept it on his behalf. A big congratulations to Michael Keaton for being our show stealer of the year. And we're going to move on. We're going to move on to the second trophy right here. And this is Worst Movie of 2017 for the Rick and Johnny podcast. And the nominees are
Blade Runner 2049.
I gotta find myself.
Valerian and the City of a Thousand Planets.
I gotta find him now. I gotta be a man.
Geostorm. The Mummy.
All right, Johnny, those were the nominees. And with that being said, the worst movie, timpani roll. Well, at the Oscars, they do a timpani roll.
I'm
It's a
sorry,
timp-
I don't own a timpani.
It's a timpani, but
So I'm trying to make it a little bit lower
so
than the last one.
the worst movie of 2017, Valerian and the City of a Thousand Planets. Do we clap? Do we clap for, like, yeah, they won an award. By the way, again, Valerian not here to accept the award, so Johnny is going to accept
Sorry,
it
Valerian.
on their
onto this
behalf.
for you as well.
Do we? I guess we should go. They won an award.
They won an award.
They won an award, but the worst movie. Here's the thing I wanted to get into with this one.
Yes.
Is
we had some hard choices on this, honestly.
This one was very hard for me. I know with the voting, it's a me and you thing, and I'm going to be completely honest. This is the beta version of our award show. Next year we have a lot more planned. Next year is
going
to be completely different. We're going to include you guys. It's my fault. I forgot to put the Twitter postings up about these, so we're going to include you guys next year, of course. But here was my conundrum with this one. Geostorm, I think, was the safest. It was not going to win. It wasn't going to win worst movie.
But it was an honor to be nominated.
It was an honor to be nominated. In my mind, there were 3 movies. In my mind. The Mummy, I gave the worst score for me. I gave it a 1. Valerian had a crappy story. However, it was good visually.
Yes.
And Blade Runner, I fell asleep. Any of those 3 movies, I could have personally given this award to. And I'll be honest, if I was giving it alone, I feel like I would have had to give it to The Mummy only because I gave The Mummy a 1 and Valerian a 2.
Yeah.
That's where my conundrum come in. However, you came in and you were very strong that Valerian was the worst movie we saw this year.
You can put as great as graphics as you can in there, but if your story is shit and you don't really even have a storyline, overall, like you have a basic storyline and really not much following to that. I don't think you have much of a movie.
Well, and then I mean Blade Runner. I felt, like I said, I fell asleep during that movie.
Yes.
In the review, you had even talked about how you were checking your watch a little bit. You're like, you know what? You're getting bored.
I think
you were getting bored.
I think that's the one review I actually said stuff could have been cut out.
Yeah, it was,
and that came from me.
It was very weird hearing you say that because usually I am all about cutting the excess fat. Off of some of these movies, especially Star Wars this year. I feel like some of it. Like I was talking to Mark on Tuesday about it. Spoilers if you haven't seen it a little bit, you can skip ahead like 2 seconds. But basically, there was one. You know what? I'll leave it non-spoilery. There was one point in the story, the one from the review, I said I could cut. He said, "Yeah, I could see that. However, you can't because X character couldn't develop then."
Yeah.
So, I mean, I get why they left it.
I actually had a conversation with what I think you're talking about, too. And, yeah, you couldn't cut it. But, if you really want to...
The character was Finn.
Oh, Finn.
It was Finn.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You needed to develop, but you could have didn't have to sit that exact way.
I don't think I spoiled anything there.
No.
So there were no spoilers.
I mean, they know Finn's in the movie now.
Yeah, Finn's in the movie. But, I mean, I didn't spoil anything.
No.
But... we're going to move on to our last award. This is the biggest award, so it's our best award here at the Rick and Johnny podcast, and we are giving out Best Picture, and the nominees are
Logan, Guardians of the Galaxy, Volume 2, Wonder Woman, Spider-Man: Homecoming, Kingsman: The Golden Circle, Thor: Ragnarok, Beauty and the Beast,
and Johnny. We got, this is to me, before I give the nominee, I'm going to move the trophy only because I think it's covering my face and I don't want my face being covered.
Of course not.
This list, how we compiled, just a little backstory on this list alone.
Yes.
Logan, Guardians, Wonder Woman, Spider-Man, Kingsman, and Thor. They were the movies, the only movies this year to get 5 out of 5 from all of us. We threw Beauty and the Beast in there because I think one of us gave it a 5. One of us gave it a 4.5. It ended up being a 4.75. So I thought, you know what? That's close enough.
Yes.
It's the closest we've got to a perfect, unanimous 5 out of 5. And this is average score between Johnny and I's review. But when it all comes down to it, timpani roll. The best picture for 2017. I almost was going to say the wrong name, but I didn't. I double checked. I'm not going to pull a La La Land, and it is going to be Logan as best picture for 2017. I almost said Wonder Woman. And then
did.
And then I looked down, and I'm like, I don't want to fuck this up. I do not want to have a Moonlight La La Land situation here. Logan, best picture for 2017. Why? You're the main, because here's, just to let them in behind the curtain.
Yeah.
You came in and said Logan. I came in and said Wonder Woman. This was one where you had to kind of sway me over to your side of the table.
And it was a hard one because I agreed. Part of me agreed with you on Wonder Woman, but with
give this. Do you still have the Rotten Tomatoes stuff up?
No, but I
pull that up really quick because that's an interesting insight to, because while we were getting everything set up, you even said to me the scores that both of those had gotten,
as close as like we were talking about.
And it was very, very, very close between these two movies. Like, it was, what, a 1% difference in critic score?
Yes, 1% difference in critic score and 2% difference in fan score.
Which, I mean, one was an 89, right? One was an 80. I know the critic score was 93 to 92. Like, that's how close it was with the critics. But, like, the audience score was even really close. And this one would, if I was giving this one alone, it would have been hard.
To give them the numbers.
Okay.
Logan, this is the critic score
okay.
is 93 for Logan, 92 for Wonder Woman.
Okay.
For fan score, 90 for Logan, 88 for Wonder Woman. So that's how close it was. That was even close, how close you and I, that's how close I felt with it, at least, because
both of these movies, like I told you, let's be completely honest, Beauty and the Beast, like the ones that are like, we're just happy to be nominated, Beauty and the Beast didn't have a chance. Guardians 2 didn't have a chance. I would even say Thor Ragnarok and Spider-Man didn't have a chance.
No.
Really, for me, it came down to Logan, Wonder Woman, maybe Kingsman. Because Kingsman was just a great movie overall. However, Logan was phenomenal.
It was.
And Wonder Woman, the thing I told you, the thing that made Wonder Woman so great, and this isn't just just for me. This is like overall.
Yeah. By
the way, Hugh Jackman not here to accept the award, so Johnny will go ahead and take the award for him. But with Wonder Woman, it's not just what it meant to me, but just overall, this is the first time that we have seen a movie done well with a female lead, like the female superhero lead, and how great it was, and like. This was the one I'm going to be honest, it saved the DCEU.
It did.
If it flopped, Justice League wouldn't have mattered because we're done doing this stuff.
Yeah.
That's what it would have been like from Warner Bros. However, Logan was just phenomenally overall. The music that was in there, the acting, like it was a farewell to the character of Wolverine.
Of someone we've known for 17 years.
Let's just put it this way, and this is something that I completely forgot about until now.
Yeah.
It made Professor X go, yeah, I'm done.
Yes, exactly.
He saw it and then said, I'm done.
Yeah.
Like, wasn't going to walk away from the character until
after watching that movie. And honestly, I don't know about you. I could still remember, and I felt like I was almost going to cry at some points. I didn't.
Yeah.
In the theater.
You cried at home.
Of course, gotta save it.
Like a little baby.
Like a
little baby.
No, anyways. No, I mean, I don't know about you. I know I felt like there's certain scenes
it was an
where I was
emotional roller coaster.
Exactly.
And it gut punched me at the end. I will never forget that gut punch.
Oh, exactly.
At the end of Logan. And this is actually a very interesting thing for a best picture or best movie is, like I was talking to you last week when we talked about doing this kind of award segmenty thing, is I'm like, usually it's the movies that come out at the beginning of the year, people forget about them.
They do, exactly.
But that's not the case here.
No.
It's not the case for this one. Like, Logan was a movie, that's how good it was. It shook you, emotionally shook you, to where a year later you can still, like, come and talk about it and then just get rushed with all those feelings.
Yeah, all those emotions.
Again, all those emotions.
You brought up the theme for it, and every time I hear it still.
Johnny Cash is hurt.
Yeah.
Johnny Cash is hurt. It's just, it was one of those perfect movies for 2017.
It was.
But that's going to do it for our mini award show. I feel like next year
we'll have a lot
we're
more
gonna have
to
more.
it.
Like next year, we're going to split the show stealers into male and female.
Yes.
We're going to worst movie, or worst picture, best picture. We'll give like, maybe we split them off into some like categories. Let us know what you guys want to see though for next year. I know next year's a long way away.
We're even going to try and see if we can do for not movies but also shows,
TV shows too. Yes, that's right. So like
TV's
Stranger
Netflix.
Things, Titans will be coming out next year.
Jessica Jones season 2 will be coming out next year.
Things like if there's ever like The Punisher or anything.
Yeah,
like
if
that.
anyone else comes out with something, we'll try and watch anything live action.
Yeah, well, yeah.
At least that's we're trying to
For
get that
right
set
now,
for
yeah,
now.
live action. But anything that you guys would want to see next year, I know it's a long way away, 365 or 364 days away.
Oh,
Because
yeah,
this is January 1st.
something like that. I mean,
So,
depends on what time you watch it.
We've got
Could be 4.5.
We've got it could be 1. You could be watching this December 31st of 2018.
Yeah.
Could be doing that. I don't know why you would, but you could. It could be one day until 2019. If so, tell me how 2018 has been, because right now I'm still in 2017.
Yes,
but
we
let
are.
us know what you guys think down below. Congratulations to Michael Keaton. Congratulations to Valerian, City of 1,000 Planets. Congratulations to Logan for being our show stealer of the year, our worst picture of the year. I feel bad for saying it, but you won it. And then our best picture for 2017. But let us know what you guys think down below in the comment section.